How's it going, everyone? Long time no see. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed William, the last or three videos, is it? Maybe? I can't remember.
Maybe
But
I can't remember the last one.
yeah, and Gabriel. Now, a few people have asked me, William, how are you getting this? Is it downloads? Is it channeling? Is it or is it, people are saying, is it walk-ins? How is this actually happening, and how do you get the information? Because, and I say, look, the best person to ask is William. So if I do this on a recording, then at least they've got the answer, because if I was to give an answer, it would probably be wrong.
It's not channeling. It comes from annoying, I suppose. And sometimes could I say downloads? Maybe but I'm not too sure where all the information I get actually comes from. It just comes out. In the most part, it just flows out. It flows.
Yeah.
That's probably the best term for it. It actually flows out. So
I can relate to that.
Sorry?
I can actually relate to that, because sometimes when we talk, and I mean, I don't know a lot about the particular subject, but all of a sudden I'm able to converse at a certain level in that moment. And I'm thinking, shit, where'd that come from? So it's like, wow, I didn't know I was that, knowledgeable. But generally speaking, I'm not. So where did that come from? So yes, I can relate to that. And I don't channel, and I certainly don't meditate or receive downloads that I'm aware of. But it is possible if you're in the flow. So very, very good. Yeah.
Well, you have to be in the flow and in the know.
Wow, that's a catchy title.
In the flow and in the know, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, take that, talking heads.
And yeah, it's in the flow and in the know. But I'll ask you the question then: have I ever been wrong so far about anything?
And this is what surprises me. I think, well, on a human level, okay. On a human level, we're all wrong at some point in time.
Oh, not me. No.
Oh, here we go.
No,
yeah. and we are now showing people how ego works. No, not me. But yes, it is.
You see, that would be ego if you meant it.
Yes, that's correct.
Correct. When you can joke at yourself instead of making a joke of other people, then that's just the way it should be. Don't make fun of other people. If you want to make fun of anyone, make fun of yourself and put yourself up there as the target. Yeah.
Oh boy, have I done that a few times.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So when I actually when I started doing the solo videos first, it's Gabriel is doing all the talking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's both William and Gabriel come in here. But it's William that does the Gabriel that does the talking, and it's all his knowledge that what comes in. It's all his awareness that comes in. And I think that shows in the different types of videos, say in these ones and in the solo ones, it's a different energy, I think.
Absolutely correct.
Oh, it's absolutely correct as well. That obvious.
It is.
Okay.
It is. Well, to me, it's that obvious, but to others, who knows? Maybe we can ask the question.
So we were just discussing before we came on and saying, you know, where are we going with these now? And the point of the fact is that I don't know from this point forward what way things are going to go. I really don't. I don't know how much longer
Yeah.
we can continue to do videos, because if people
Well,
haven't been paying attention to all of the information that I've given out,
yeah.
Gabriel's given out, and they're still looking for more information, there's more than enough in the previous videos to start digesting for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like we actually started this with 3 videos that needed to get out ASAP. And we thought at the time that was it.
Mm.
There was no more. And then all of a sudden, a dirty great pudding came flying through the air. No, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I can show you, I'm slipping up like I should have been in that one like a shot, and I wasn't.
but
Yeah.
but the thing is, right, we gave it a bit of time to digest, and then bang, all this information came in.
Yeah.
And it needed to be discussed. Now, I know it's taken many years for you to do the videos with just me, and I suppose with the videos that we did, it gave you the confidence and Gabriel the opportunity to actually come through and give his knowledge without the light-heartedness that you and I bring.
Yeah.
So people can digest the information, but they can also enjoy the videos too. But there is important information in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So when the last, I don't know, was it particularly the last 2 or 3 videos, Gabriel came out rather strongly and very strongly in those videos. And
Yes.
what he was saying came out very strong and should be noted. And I would say, was it especially the last one where I spoke about the so-called synchronicities.
Yes.
But to me, they were more than synchronicities. They were actual. They were forceful in a way, so to speak. How am I going to find the right words for this? That there was more to Gabriel, what Gabriel was saying, than originally meets the eye. That if you really delve into the words that he was saying, that I was saying, particularly regards the force of his words, not the force of the words that were coming out.
Yes.
The words that came out is more. What was the title of it? Is it more than a coincidence, or were there more than a coincidence? Yes, they were. They were.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you want a warning, yeah, I'm getting a strong hit for the warning word there. Yeah, it's they were a warning to the power of the words, particularly a warning of the power of the words that Gabriel says. A big warning.
Yeah.
It's like I get the feeling and get the impression that it's like what he says goes. What he says will happen. So you can take that if things get so bad for people, things get so bad for the earth, then action may have to be taken.
But he's just the messenger, surely.
He is, but that doesn't mean he doesn't come without any power. Remember what a messenger is, Dermot. And he's in the floor now. Remember what a messenger is. If you go back to the days of non-electricity and go back to the 1700s, 1600s, the 1400s, etc., etc., how was news communicated? How would one kingdom inform another kingdom, or word get out from the rulers, from the king? He'd send a messenger out, or he'd send a messenger to another king, and that messenger is an ambassador representing the king.
Yes.
Okay, so he's the messenger, is the ambassador. So no one lays a hand on the messenger. To lay a hand on the messenger is to lay the hands on the king who sent him. So that's why the messenger was never interfered with. When he went saw another king, he went representing that king. He was his words. He was that king in action, so to speak. So he didn't go without authority. Neither is Gabriel without authority, since he represents the Creator. Are you seeing where this one is going?
Absolutely, yeah.
So
the words are powerful, and words are like spells because they have magic and meaning to them.
It's true, but look where this word is coming from. Look where this power is coming from.
Correct.
Who has authorized it? Who has given the herald, the ambassador, the messenger, this power, this authority? Since the king, this in this instance, my father, who is the Creator, sent me, because he will not come himself. He doesn't interfere directly himself.
There's no need.
It's never happened, and it will never happen that he will come and saying he no could be she, isn't it? And interfere directly himself. I say himself now just for convenience sake, because I am very much aware of the feminine side as well. Don't get me wrong. So I am starting to notice this authority coming in from Gabriel. In other words, Gabriel is nice and he's quiet and he's there in the background, and he comes out with a video every so often. But there is, and I did explain that there was a vibration in these videos that, that people get when they look at it.
Yeah.
So, and that is perfectly true. There is a certain vibration coming off of it, coming off of these videos. And they do help people. So this can be looked at by whoever is looking at them in two ways. If you were on, say, the dark side, you will say, oh shit. So this guy is saying he can do all of these things. And he's representing the Creator, the light. That is who he's representing. He's representing the light and the love. And he's here. We're in trouble. We can push so much, but no more. It'll be stopped. How it's going to be stopped? I'm not going to say. But who's Gabriel? What's Gabriel going to do? What's Gabriel told he can do? What information will he be given? Right, you need to do this. That's one of the jobs you came to do. You do it. You have the authority. You have full authority, which Gabriel has anyway. He got full authority. He represents the Creator. And the authority that goes with that. Remember what the messenger is. And angels have as I said in the last video, enormous power.
Mhm.
Even though I'm here in the physical, in the 3D body, the knowledge is in here somewhere, and it bubbles up in my brain, such as it is, every so often. And I say, hang on a minute, now let's put that back. Let's put that back there a while, and so I can look at it differently and interpret that what's coming through slightly better in a different way that I can handle. Because if what I am feeling and the knowledge that's trying to poke through is real, then the dark side of the face fucking trouble if they try any capers. Are you with me?
Yes, but okay.
You have to
So
read between the lines with what I just said.
yeah. So for the people watching, would they may ask the question in their head, okay, so you've got all this knowledge and you've got all this power and everything else, but is it your interpretation of what's been, say, downloaded, or is it direct information that Gabriel wants to get out? And is there a part of that he doesn't want to come out because you don't give away too many secrets? You just need to say, be warned.
Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Be warned. Be warned who you're messing with. Don't mess around. I've said now an umpteen times, Dermot, don't make a fool of people. Don't use people. I don't like it. When you start abusing people. And I've noticed that people are starting to be abused big time.
Oh, umpteen times everywhere.
Right. But that's been observed, it's been noted, but there is no action going to be taken at this point in time. It needs humanity to wake up and humanity to act. But there is, let's say that Gabriel is a failsafe. I think that'd be a good way of putting it.
Like a plan B. Plan A is for the Earth's population to wake up.
Yes.
And plan B is Gabriel saying, okay, enough's enough.
Yeah. And I will be told that enough is enough. Do what you need to do. And that's all I probably would be told. Do what you need to do.
Yeah.
That's as much as I would be given, I would imagine. But hey, they surprise me all. The information surprises me all the time. And the knowledge, the knowings that come through is a constant surprise. So when I was speaking about Satan and I brought up Satan, there was actually lots of different purposes in me bringing up Satan. So what's Satan got to do with all of this? Why is Satan suddenly coming into the picture? Why is Lucifer suddenly in the picture?
Well, the best way I can describe it is, and I tried explaining this to my mum the other day, you know, we have to experience and acknowledge the dark as well as the light, because without acknowledging both, how are you supposed to get balance? How do you balance things if you're always going to the fluffy light and saying all the nice stuff without acknowledging the abuse of the people on this planet? I mean, you have to, at some point, you have to realize if there's something going on, do you turn a blind eye or do you bring it to the surface? Do you observe and acknowledge it and say, right, we need to deal with this, but how do we deal with it? Is it through love and forgiveness, or is it in the battlefield and just kill everyone in sight? I mean, that's what Satan would do.
Oh yeah, that is what he's trying to do already.
There you go.
But
so
he's not succeeding, and he's not going to succeed.
Because the earth is
let me put it this way, right? Let me put it this way. For him to succeed, even though he's in restraint, for him to succeed means that I and my father are going to fail. Look at it like that. It means I failed, and I failed my father. My father has failed, and he always wins. God always wins. If you look at it like that, yeah. I just said the fail-safe a while ago. I used the word fail-safe.
But having said that, they gave us the free will to make that decision. So we have to acknowledge the dark and the light, observe and understand it.
But I think people have observed the darkness now and feel helpless.
Yes. And that's where we need to change it.
That's why humanity needs to change. That they're
Correct.
not, look,
they're not helpless.
They're not helpless and they're not alone. They haven't been forgotten. The fact that I'm here, Gabriel is here, is proof of that. Because I don't sit here with a pair of wings showing. They say, well, hey, that's no proof. Let me sit down there and prove it. I'm not going to go down that road again and proving things and having to prove things. I mean, if I have to stop proving it, I don't want to go into it. I don't want to go into it. It's just too childish to go into it for people. Surely humanity is above all that now. That don't have to prove who you are.
Yeah.
You know.
That was 2,000 years ago.
Well said. That was 2,000 years ago. Things are never that show up as they're supposed to show up, have they? So William has to deal with or coping with the knowledge of Gabriel every single day of the week. So I'm used to it. It's used to it. It's acceptable and acts accordingly. You know, but he doesn't act accordingly. He doesn't go around saying he's an angel and I'm able to listen. No, you know. Anybody outside or anyone else, all they see is William. They don't see nothing else. They may feel different, but they don't just get anything else. It's not designed like that. It's not designed. This is all designed. This is all designed. As I said, angels are extremely powerful. Never, ever underestimate what it is that they can do. Never. And that's where the darkness, the Satanists, all of that crowd make the big mistake. Huge, and are making a huge mistake. I mean, they're coming up out of the woodwork, and they're all exposing themselves in every sense of the word. They are now all out there for people to see and for people to notice. But there are a lot of so-called awakened people out there. And they're no more awakened now than the man in the moon. So they'll say otherwise and they'll pretend otherwise, but it's as obvious as day and night that they're not. I mean, there's people who even look at this channel, right? And they even may make a comment. And suddenly they're posting stuff about 5D. And I've spoken quite a bit about 5D.
Yeah.
And still, boom, there it is. Putting up stuff promoting 5D. 5D healings and all that. They wouldn't know a 5D healing if it went up and slapped them in the face. You know, so It's yeah, it's a safety backup. It's
Yeah.
like it was like Noah. Noah was a safety backup at the time of the flood. He didn't go around and collecting every animal 2 by 2. He collected what animals that was available. Collect 2 by 2, whichever was local to him. He collected 2 by 2. That was just a reassurance for humanity, or that humanity kept, were able to keep going. But in point of fact, all DNA evidence for every single living creature has already been stored.
Yeah.
So, but the ark was just a symbol, or a sort of, what to call it, a comfort to the people. Well, no, we saved all the animals and all that 2 by 2. That's all that was. It was just animals that were local to Noah at the time.
Yeah.
He didn't go around the whole fucking planet picking up 2 by 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what that was. It was just a comfort and as a contingency backup, just in case that somehow or other it was required. But in actual fact, it wasn't required. The DNA
But you need a
has been stored there all the time. The backup is there all the time.
So I guess in a way, what we're trying to say here is that, the information at the moment, if all you ever do is watch this channel and say, well, what else have you got? And you're not really taking it in. We're not that type of channel. We never have been. In fact, this is why we talk about the talking heads, isn't it, William?
Yeah.
It's like we're not in this to give an exclusive. We're not in this to sell anything. We're not in this to do anything other than get the message to humanity and to spread the word. And if you don't get that, that's your free will. But the thing is, at this present moment in time, the information is no longer urgent, because we've done our bit in getting the message out.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't get that, I'm sorry to hear that. But the thing is, it needs to be said, because unfortunately, we're not fortune tellers. We're actually two young men at heart. Do you like how I said that, and not old fellas?
I was waiting for it. And I'm going to come back at you, but there you go.
Yeah.
You won't flank me. No, you won't flank me that time, Kelly.
But you see, this is why people enjoy the channel, because of the chemistry and rapport. And sometimes that overshadows the information that we're trying to get out. So is that our fault, or is that your fault for not understanding? Well, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. What is relevant is that you ultimately use your free will, and we just give out what we need to get out from Gabriel, the message. So if there is no more videos, there is no more videos. However, we thought a long time ago there was no more videos, and there
Never
was
say
quite
never.
a few. Never say never. So you just don't know. You see, down the track, who knows, in 2 weeks' time, William might give me a call and say, hey, guess what? Oh, wow. We need to get this out. So, look, the thing is, don't hang your hat on us or the channel just to get your fix, because this isn't about a fix. This is about an urgent message for humanity to wake up, observe, acknowledge, and wake up.
I know I maybe understand people having issues, right, with this. Is that because there are a lot of shysters out there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, oh yeah. And they're out there for a reason, for as misdirection. That's pure and simple. I mean, Michael is Michael is all over the place. Michael is used.
Yeah.
He's used, not very politely. So, and there's this sage popping up, and I understand why people would be skeptical about this information. But you see what has been gone on before. It's all, it was all set up to confuse people. He's just another shyster. And I understand that, given the information that's still there, that's still available to people, who still use Michael, by the way, to
Yeah.
suit themselves. They'll use Michael to suit themselves as an end to a means. Oh, I was talking to Michael and blah, blah, blah. See, Michael is the catch-all.
Yeah.
See, or something similar is the catch-all. That's the hook. And he's been used like a hook, and others have been used like hooks. It was all misdirection, misinformation, confuse everybody. So when anything real turns up, everybody just,
Don't take it seriously enough.
yeah.
And a consequence of that is that they don't know what to believe. And the simplest way that I can put it, William, is that we don't ask you to subscribe or give us money, or we don't have anything to sell, and we're not appearing at conferences.
Heaven forbid.
And we don't go interviewing the flavor of the month
No,
just to get a headline.
no.
In fact, we've only had one guest on our channel, and that was Caroline.
Oh yeah, yeah. By the way, yeah, and bravo to her for doing it.
Absolutely, and everyone enjoyed it too.
And that was good. I hope they got something out of it. I think I mentioned her name the last time. So these people, when I say these people, people like Caroline, usually female for some reason, who are there to help. But people need to go looking and listen to their direction.
Mm.
Listen to where they're being guided to, and go with it. Trust it. And if you can actually meet a person in person, in other words, physically up front, great. And that person is available to you for a lot of the time. That they're usually the best teachers, the ones that are just close to you. You may not even be aware of them, and they might be only just around the corner. When the pupil is ready, the master will appear.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
I haven't given out, I've given out information, but I haven't delved into anything and how to do it.
correct.
Some people may think that as a criticism, but I'm not, that is not my function to tell you how to do things. I guided you to the God question. And as a start off, a foundation to start yourself off, root that as a foundation. So when you need to step up, you already have the foundation. You already have your fallback. You already have your connection. And that connection will only get stronger and stronger until it's instantaneous. So
Yep.
that's your foundation, and everything will spring from that. Everything will spring off of that. Whichever way you go, it will spring from that. That's your foundation. You know, everybody has their own path. No two are the same. No two are the same. Everybody got a different path. Remember, everybody is a star. They're all stars, for goodness sake.
Mm.
Don't think less of yourself. Don't think you've got all the attributes of creators, which is what you are. That's everybody. So you don't, in effect, you don't need anybody else. You just need yourself. If you can just get a hold of yourself and understand yourself, as the saying goes, man, know thyself, and woman, know thyself. It's until you know thyself that you can find yourself and know who and what you are, and know what you're able to do and how powerful you actually are. What you are is the cosmos. What you are is the universe. Everything that's out there is within you. Your DNA is special. Your makeup is special. Humanity needs to realize that, so stop depending on other people to do things for you. Do the bloody things yourself. But only have love in your heart and have forgiveness in your heart. If you don't have that and you start doing things, so what it is that you're doing, if you don't have that and you start doing things, where does this come? What are you up to? What's the end result of all that? You know, these things that you need to look at. You know, take it all in, analyze it, think about it. If it doesn't feel right, it probably is not right for you.
Yeah.
But build on the foundation, and that's your foundation block. That's your capstone.
Well, I've got a question for the viewers. Are you expecting us to tell you what to do? Are you expecting us to give you exclusive information? Are you expecting to know the secrets of what's going on? Or are you just going to act on the information by digesting it for what it is? That's it. That's it, folks. What more can I say?
The catch all here is, if I fail, if Gabriel fails, God doesn't win. God has never, ever, ever lost. He always wins. God always wins. He's never lost. Let that one sink into your noggin. Am I going to lose here? Is Gabriel losing?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Think on the improbable of that. So,
And of course,
for them to win, God must lose. By the way, I just get back to these talking heads. If you notice about them, they're all gathering. They're all congregating, all lumping together, all service to self people who started out probably with good intentions as service to others. But boy, have they now become service to self. Even the most surprising of people have gone over to service to self. But then like attracts like. birds of a feather. Birds of a feather will flock together, and they'll go down together. Nothing is ever forgotten, and people don't get away with anything. It may look on the surface as if they got away with stuff or getting away with stuff. No. No. So take comfort in that. On the surface, it may appear as if they got away. But nobody gets away with anything. Almost pay the piper at the end. Pay the ferryman.
Yeah.
You go pay the ferryman. He must be paid. Don't pay the ferryman.
Oh, hey, the last time you started singing, people wanted you to sing the whole song, remember?
I didn't bring my guitar. Maybe it's because I don't have one.
and even if you did, you couldn't play it, eh?
What do you mean? Just keep the personal bit out of it now, right? The fellow says, you can't sing, you can't dance, you look awful, you'll go far.
Oh dear.
Oh. So
well, I guess that's it, is it? Or is there a bit more?
Yeah, they won't get away with anything.
Yeah.
The most surprising people are coming out of the woodwork. And the more that comes out, the more that is exposed. You see it, what's going on. Particularly in your country, you are.
Oh, yeah.
Also in the US. The US is the main focus. I know what's going on in Australia and in other countries. But it's all coming out. They're all being exposed. They're all coming out of the shadows and out of the darkness. They're coming out into the light where they'll be exposed for the people to see who they are. And they'll see what Satan was up to. I say was up to.
Yeah.
But what they're trying to continue, but they're rudderless, for want of a description. All the crowd that's around now, they won't get away with even the minutest thing. They got to pay the piper. They will pay. Big time. Big time. So I have tried to tell you that to be prepared, always be prepared. But especially nowadays, you need to be prepared. Time is in short supply. Things are not going to be the same for you as they were for the parents, for your parents, or for your children. Your children are going to experience everything that's going to come. So will most of you watching here, and most of the planet that's here at the minute. I am aware that people are leaving all the time, and more people are coming in, and more souls are coming in. That's just a natural progression. But evolution for this particular version of humanity is over. You know, it's at an end. It's come to its natural conclusion. So it's time for humanity as a species to start evolving. The amount of people that are now coming out saying, yeah, there's big things coming, huge things coming, lots of disruptions and catastrophes and everything else is coming. There are a lot of people are coming to that conclusion, whether what they're picking, just repeating information that they heard, or they know it themselves and they're saying it. But they said the word is out, folks. Get yourself ready. Focus on yourself. Focus on your family. Forget the materialistic things. They're not real anyway. So nothing really can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. Of course, America. And with that,
We bid you
farewell.
for now. Never say never.
Maybe.
Maybe not. But
And
either way,
and do subscribe and do. What's the other thing that you do?
sorry.
Oh yeah, subscribe, like, and what's the other one? Share.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's been a pleasure again, and maybe we'll see you all again. That's all.
So